I want to make this quick. I just wanted to get on here and talk to you about whether or not I'm going to get the Mini Crush eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona. Like, I haven't even quite finished work, okay? I just had to talk. So, the Mini Crush eyeshadow palette, we've been seeing it around a little bit on some Instagram pages. It is going to be released on the 28th, which is in 2 days, and it will be on Sephora's website and maybe in the store. I don't know. I haven't been to a store in ages. And Natasha Denona's website. It'll be $25. Now, you can already get it pre-sale on Natasha, or you can pre-order it on Natasha Denona's website for $25, and you do get a mini brush. So it's a little set. Just like the Mini Metropolis last year had a little brush with it. So that brush, I think, was like green, the handle, and the Mini Crush brush is like pink, it looks like. So the only thing with that is that on Natasha Denona's website, because it's like $25, it doesn't meet the threshold for shipping, free shipping. Like, shipping is 15 to 20 bucks. So think about that. Like, I'm just gonna get it from Sephora. If I'm getting it, I don't know. We'll decide. Okay, so I learned my lesson last year with the Mini Metropolis because there were 3 repeat shades in it, and the 2 new shades were browns that we all have, right? So I didn't get that one. Also, I didn't get the Baby Glam because all the shades are in the regular Glam, the mid-sized. So I was like, okay, calm down. Let's see if the same thing is happening with the Mini Crush. I'm actually surprised that there is another like pinky rosy toned palette, because a couple of years ago she came out with the mid-sized Love palette, and this is all just pinks and purples and a bit of red. Then she came out with the Mini Love, right? And this does have some different shades from the larger Love. I actually think that they go well together as companion palettes. You certainly do not need both, I say as I hold up both. But you can see it's a good companion, but also there's nothing that's like you're gonna be totally missing out on with this palette. But I do like it, and I like the Love. Okay. So, Mini Crush. Now, interestingly enough, I feel like I'm talking like I'm doing like gossip. Interestingly enough, both the Mini Crush and the Mini Love are said to be, like the description on her website, limited edition palettes inspired by the mid-sized Love. So both of them are inspired by the mid-sized Love. So I'm thinking, okay, so that means it's gonna be around like similar tones and stuff. Now, because I learned my lesson last year, I decided that I needed to go and see if there are any repeats that I like have in my stash. And sometimes I just remember random little tidbits of information, and sometimes one of those is like repeat shades. So the first one that is a repeat is from the Metropolis palette, the larger one, and it is the shade Claret. That one is coming in the Mini Crush palette. The other one is from a throwback palette, the Safari palette, and it is the shade Lotus, which is this like dusty rosy pink. So if you have Metropolis and you have Safari, you have 2 of the shades already. Now, the interesting thing was that I was trying to look at the shade descriptions of the Love palette, but it's nowhere on her site. So I found it somewhere else. Another shade that might be a repeat, I'm not quite sure, is Soul. Now, I say that because they are described differently. On this site that I'm looking at that starts with Beauty and ends with Lish, Soul is described as a deep, dusty rose with a creamy matte finish. Now, the new Soul is a creamy matte, medium rosy coral. I don't know what you think. a medium rosy coral, or a deep dusty rose. I'm guessing those are the same things. So then that means that there are only 2 new shades, I think, allegedly. Okay? And that would be Koi, which is described as a creamy matte, medium dark, cool burgundy. And Daisy, which is this chroma crystal, and it is described as a sparkling bubblegum pink. So basically, if you want like a bubblegum pink and you want a dark cool burgundy, then there you go. So also, I was like, well, let me not play myself. Let me see if I have these shades in other palettes, right? And I don't know that I've come across the exact ones, but I think they're close, right? So I thought that, you know, initially, this is my first thought. First hypothesis was that I would find dupes in the Love palette. And if I didn't find them there, then I would find them in the Mini Love palette. And then I was like, hold on, girl. Shani, remember the Retro palette? The mid-size that came out that we all love? Now, the descriptions are different, but tell me that this is not a bubblegum sparkly pink, and tell me that these are like you couldn't get a cool burgundy from those. I think you can, y'all. I think you can. If you have the Retro, you might not need it. If you have the Love, you might not need it. If you have the Mini Love, you might not need it. I don't know what I'm doing yet. There's a chance that I will pick it up because I still have a bit in my beauty budget for the month. There's a chance I'll get it. One reason would be to compare, and yeah, there's a chance. What's throwing me is that Soul shade because of the different descriptions. Because 2 repeat shades, I'm like, okay, I'll let you have it. Especially since the 2 are from some pretty old palettes. 3 new shades, I'm like, nah, girl, no, So I don't know. I need to like marinate on that. I need to really just think about it. We'll see how my next 2 days at work go. Like, they will potentially be like trauma clients, and I might need an eyeshadow palette at the end of the week. So, let me know if you're getting it. Especially if you have these older palettes. If you have like Sephora, and you have Metropolis, and you have Retro, because that's relatively new. Let me know what you're thinking. I guess at some point you'll know if I got it. Okay, I gotta go finish work. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.